Alright guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a market recap. As you can tell, we have a new indicator that we created. Awesome tool. If you guys are interested, look at the links in the description and we will release it very soon. It's not currently released to the public, but nevertheless. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, drop a comment, and we will get this released and you guys in the Discord will know first. With that being said, let's just go over price action from today. So on the M15, you can see straight away that we had this major opening gap in the nighttime that needed to be filled, including a low here. We start to move up in price action, indicating a break of structure from the previous day. Break of structure, break of structure. Market structure shift to the downside in London, and then starting to climb back up, giving us a market structure to the upside, leading into the beginning of the day. Most of traders would have already at this point have marked out their charts as such. As you can see here, the blessed indicator has given us multiple buy opportunities on the way up, except for that one wasn't ideal. But let's just say we've done all this analysis. We've seen price continue up, seeing whether or not we're going to sweep this high, which we do with a wick, and then we drop down to the lower time frame. All right, let's go down to the M5. Not exactly sure if this one's going to play out, but nevertheless. So as you see right here, we had a high created at 4 a.m. 4:05 a.m. That gets swept right before 9 o'clock. So it actually gets swept at around 8:30, the 8:35. Here's the 8:30, 8:35, and 8:40. So at 8:40, we sweep that high, giving a little reaction, and then we start to climb up to take this high here. And if we zoom in closely, we can see took that high right there by just a few ticks, and then we instantly sell off at 9:30. This candle alone was the 9:30 candle that instantly started pushing down, giving us that market structure shift. So what you would do at this point is you see the sweep of not only this high here, but London high, and then you get that market structure shift at 9. I would definitely have drawn that fib to get my entry between that 62 and 79, which, as you can see here, was an amazing opportunity just off the 5 minute. Then again, we get another sweep of the high here. So it was kind of a fake retracement here, pull down, didn't break any of the lows, and then retrace back up again for the 4-hour candle at 10 a.m. This is actually at 11, and then it sells off again between the 62 and 79 area. And also you can notice here the breaker that was created by this market structure shift to the upside, which was like I said, in this case, if we were taking into consideration that we wanted to fill this gap here, we would want to take this market structure shift as another buy stop liquidity sweep and wait for price to give us more indication that we wanted to continue lower, which in this case was a market structure shift here. I don't normally take trades on the 5 minute. I would continue to drop down and see whether or not we could get a sniper entry. So let's jump down to the 1 minute, and then this is where all the good stuff happens. So we were at the 79 to 62 area. Price comes back into that. Let's center this a little bit, make it a little more visual. Price comes back, gives us another market structure shift to the upside, instant market structure shift to the downside, and we're saying our bias was bearish. Targeting sell side liquidity and that new day opening gap, and we could have right at that market structure shift and the breaker targeted a 1 to 2 there. Nice clean entry. And just to show you guys that I'm not like just nitpicking, you guys see my videos like countless times. It's the breaker that really signifies great entry opportunities and just gives me super confidence in my trades and the type of trades I would like to take. Again, here another breaker shooting down to the downside. Right here another breaker. And this is the new indicator. As you can see, it's giving us that breaker. Not 100% sure if we are going to hit TP, and I did not take this entry based off this 1 minute indication here. It was actually on another time frame, I believe, according to my calculations. But we are going to actually show you guys that this entry here was something that was actually caught by the indicator. So what we're going to do is, and I really don't like using a replay, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of educational purposes, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. I really don't. But here we're going to delete this, and we are going to do the replay. So let's just say we'll do it there, and here you go. This is the indicator. It plotted the breaker, stops above 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, and if you control, and this is all super complex on how it figures out what entry to take. If you guys watched the 2022 ICT mentorship, I did get a comment on what's the best place to start learning ICT, and I think personally it's the 2022 mentorship. Go check that out. It's on his channel. You can go to third-party traders and have them describe it to you however they think they can best teach, but just go straight to the source. So like I said, it was just perfect. It got the breaker, market structure shift. The fib was from here. What do we have it? Here to here. Here to there. That was between our 62.79 retracement area. Then we have the market structure shift, break structure, or breaker structure, market structure shift, breaker block entry. And then if we played it forward, let's just play it forward. Technology these days. Technology these days, guys. And then as you can see, we hit TP. So super simple, super clean. if you wanted to target if you had the right bias, you wanted to target, you didn't chase this entry. This was also entry too here. Like, you could have taken this short here right at 9:30 if you're really eager, or you could have been patient, wait for it to retrace back into the OTE of this whole leg here, and then you could have taken that short here as well. So we can also go here and rewind it again, even to something like this. That also being a very nice looking entry as well. As you can see, there's multiple breakers, multiple opportunities, along with the fib or the blessed indicator entries. They're super clean. Now, would this have hit TP? In this case, it started to climb back up. Then we get the market structure shift after this liquidity to potentially take longs here. Now, would you have taken this entry considering you wanted to target that sell side and gap? No, probably not. But nevertheless, you want to have the opportunity to not only take potential reversals, but also get on the side of that liquidity on the higher time frame, dropping down to the lower time frame. So look, if we swept on the 1 minute, right? If we swept on the 1 minute here, a swing structure, then we drop down to, let's say, the 30-second chart to get that market structure shift. You can see, there we go. We swept this swing structure here, got that market structure shift, stops below, and then started to climb. Now, you can always adjust your risk to reward ratio. It does not have to be a 1 to 2. It is not statistically proven that this setup will get you a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. You do want to kind of take into consideration your own risk managed tolerance, how you want to see over long term what works for you. Is it trailing? Is it trailing through stops, trailing live price action? All this is up to your discretion on how you want to manage your trade once you're in it. The most important thing is being able to see your setup and getting into the trade. How you manage the trade afterwards, just knowing that you're in the right direction, knowing that your bias was correct, and getting into that trade when the opportunity presents itself is the hardest part and the most crucial part. But definitely knowing that, okay, I'm looking for this type of setup, ICT 2022 model, sweep of a higher time frame, PD array, drop down to the lower time frame, market structure shift, fair value gap entry, fib retracement, discount premium, that list of things that you need in order to frame your trade, making sure all that is in alignment, and just placing the trade. Like I said, not every single trade will reach your 1 to 2, may reach 1 to 1, depending on how big your stop loss is and how you manage your trade determines on whether you walk away with a winning trade, break even trade, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, etc. And definitely your bias as well. You got the right bias, like in this case, or in the previous case, you could have held a good while, letting the trade run, taking partials. Like I said, managing the trade after getting into it is up to your own discretion and your own risk tolerance, what type of trade account you are holding, things of that sort. Like in the situation right now, as I am recording this video, my trade just reversed against me, and it may look like I will be taking a loss on it. Nevertheless, it is what it is. You can't win them all. And in this specific strategy or this specific setup, you have to be able to manage your trade and take what you can and just make sure it's following your strategy, your risk management plan for long-term success. So in this case here, we're actually, like, this trade would have went into profit, but if our bias, like I said, if our bias was a bearish bias for the day, would we have taken this trade? Not really. Is it a setup? Yes. Sorry about that, guys. So, like the example, even if we drop down to the 30-second, we would have had our entry sweeping a high here. We would have swept a swing high here. It would have also been inside of that OTE area of the leg. And right here, market structure shift, fair value, close that candle, enter your trade, and then it started to push down for a 1 to 2. Could have held a runner to target that low. As it got under this breaker, price came back, retraced, giving you multiple opportunities to enter in, but it is always recommended that you are patient. This is not financial advice, but being patient is something that's taught by almost everybody. But not just entering in this leg, but waiting for the retracement. And definitely the signals are always very helpful, as you can see. So continue down, price gives break structure, pull back, giving you 2 opportunities to enter into this fair value gap here. It does come and retrace past. And then at the end, we start to get a deeper pullback here. But not only was this opportunity presented here on the 30-second, like I showed you before, it was also presented on the 1 minute. And this is why it's definitely important. Let's check the 3 minute. This is why it's definitely important here. Definitely shown on a 3 minute as well, including the breaker. And that's why waiting for multi-time frame alignment is also very important, because it just gives you more confirmation that you are going in a direction that everyone else is going. So that was a setup for today. I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys are interested in any of the indicators that are featured in my videos, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you join the Discord, and etc. and drop a comment, so I know that you guys are interested in these type of videos. With that being said, appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the most recent subscribers, and I will see you guys in the next one.